TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. Really excited right now. We just played a lot of new music. The last 3 records we played is off of new albums released within the last year. And shout out to Kalisa, the first one Johnny played when we came back from the break. Shout out to Kalisa because she was here with us a couple of weeks back. She did the interview, and that record you played, Spellbound, is off of the Spellbound EP. You also played a brother as well, Keznami. He got a new EP on the road, Skyline Levels, and you played the Victory featuring Chronics, another big record. And you finished up with something released within the last 2 weeks, big album, Lily of the Valley, Jesse Royal, that 400 Years record. That's one of my favorite records on that album. The thing all of those songs got in common tonight is the special guest that we have in the house. One of the musicians, I'll let him introduce himself, but one of the musicians on each of those projects is in the house with us tonight. Special guest in the house, Mr. Hector Lewis. Introduce yourself to the listeners.
My God. Yeah, blessed love. Yeah, you know, this is the Roots Percussionist, and my government name is Hector Lewis, but yeah, this is Roots, you know, all the way from Jamaica. I'm a musician, percussionist specifically, you know, a part of a band called Zinc Fence Redemption, lead singer Chronics, you know, and idea for just tell I part to the whole thing, you know, an individual part, you know.
Okay, one of the players of instruments, one of the most important parts of this reggae genre, the root. We're gonna get into much more with the artists tonight because we do consider you an artist.
Yeah,
so,
creative artist, yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna get into a lot more, but let's start off with you, the man, as a musician. Where did you get your start in your musical journey?
Well, I mean, you know, all of us, you know, yeah, more are so start in church, you know, first musical exposure. I can say between church and home because, you know, a lot of music, you know, just play in my house, even on a Sunday, you know. A lot of music play in my house. But church was the first start. Congo drums used to be at my church, and then, you know, so I just started playing drums and things, and then, you know, it kind of got weird after that. I was singing some more, you know, choir and thing, and it was kind of like between drum and singing, and, you know, I kind of always had that battle come straight up. High school, same thing. Join the drum group, join the choir, you know.
Okay, even before that, let me stop you for a minute. Even before that, where did you get your inspiration to actually pick up the drum and have that be your instrument of choice?
I just see it and it looked interesting and it sounded good. I think what interested me was that, you know, you was able to use your hands and make sound. You know, it's as if you know what you're supposed to play, you know, once you know to move your hands in the right pattern. In my head, that was what fascinated me, because, you know, a man take up a drum now and he just start playing a rhythm, not even saying anything, but I'm feeling it, and you can feel it. You know, you can tell if somebody sound good or if somebody sound bad. You know, most of the exposure I got before I touched drum was some good exposure. You know, going to like high school fairs and you see drum groups. You know what I mean? You go to Jamaica Cultural Development Competition in Jamaica, you see groups like Kingston Drummers, they want to play the drum, and it sounds so good, you know. So I just see it really, and it fascinates me, and I say, you know, I kind of felt the rhythm and I said, maybe I can try after this thing.
Okay, at that time, as a youth, and watching the drummers, the percussionists, basically the people that play the instruments. Apart from that, did you have any artists that you would say musically influenced you at that time, in addition to watching the drummers?
No. At that time, it was also drums. You know? I mean, one of the time I was saying I was going to Africa and play. Just play and become a master drummer and play even the djembe, because there was one time when all I wanted to play was djembe. And as here I say, you know, it's Congo I see first, and djembe is a whole different drum. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wasn't thinking about no artists or nothing. I used to just sing because you end up on choir and you get music for singing, you sing. Same thing with drumming, but it was just about the drum. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to get very good on the drums. Yeah.
Okay, so where did you get your first break as a drummer that you could say, okay, well, it began your musical journey to what you're doing today?
I would say second year of college. Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. I met, because I was studying drum set now, that's why I said it get weird. You know, I did stop playing djembe and start to study drum set. You have to use the 4 limbs and things. But second year I met this person called Denver Smith, wicked percussionist, one of the greatest out of Jamaica. I liked what he was doing. He was playing congos and playing another thing with some, to me it was weird looking things, but them call them jam blocks and cowbell, and he was doing the same thing, the two of them at the same time, and it did sound good, and I was like, what is this? So, you know, eventually he heard me playing some drum set, and I kind of did get good at the time. He must say, yo, boy, come jam with me. I went to jam with him once. He said, when you jam with me again, I jammed him twice. Next time he called me for a rehearsal, but I couldn't make it. I tried to make it still and did late, but you know what I mean, initially I couldn't make it, but eventually, you know, I got there, but I got there too late, and 2-2's the next drummer was there, and I was like, but anyway, I end up just say, yo, I want to play percussion. Just show me one of your pattern then. And him show me, and it really took about a week, you know what I mean, because I was never exposed to that life in percussion, you know what I mean, I never even know that you could have do that, you know what I mean, so eventually, you know, that's where the journey started. I did the first show within like a month after, and people started to be like, yo, you sound good on this thing, I mean, we can drop drum set, you know, and I was kind of offended at that one at the time, but eventually everything kind of unfolded after that. There was more gigs, but locally still, you know what I mean, but people was knowing about Hector the percussion, you see that?
Okay.
The young guy.
Before we go any further, I'm going to ask you a question, because rarely do we get the chance to speak to the actual musicians behind the scenes. And there's few that we know of. So musically, when we're having a discussion, the name, and you speak of drums and rhythms and stuff like that, the name Bongo Harmony.
Yeah.
What, all right, if I say to you Bongo Harmony, what discussion would that spark with you as a percussionist?
Yeah, it would spark now the music of the I say now the 60s and 70s, maybe would I say mid 60s come right down to the 70s. It sparked Studio One, it sparked Channel One, all the music that was produced. Because you see now the musician them back then now was almost on a more strict recording regime. It was all 15 track a day, 32 track a day, some man play right tune, and a lot of the percussive work was done by Bongo Herman, and a lot of those tracks, you know. You know what I mean? And if you spot that, then you have to talk about Sticky, which who now was one of the more diverse type of percussionist, based on how he approached the singing, arranging it. Like Bongo Herman would use a more unique instrument like a dutchie pot, or something you never seen before. I remember this tambourine swing, where it literally swing like it almost sound jazzy, but it a groove. Enough of those, you know, classic rocksteady tune. Yeah, Spark Scully, Spark would be a great Jamaican percussionist.
Okay, the reason I ask you that is because we are going to transition with the interview into you actually becoming a percussionist, working with recording artists, and putting music together. Before we get to that, I want to get back to some more music that you worked on.
Yeah, man.
We're going to get the listeners up to speed with what the man himself, Hector Lewis, the percussionist, what he brings to the table when it comes to music. The Roots Percussionist. It's the name.
Yeah, it's a thing where it have a meaning to it, have a whole. I mean, everybody know the meaning of roots, you know what I mean? The root of anything you don't know is the truth.
Okay.
And I seek to always represent that, and you know what I mean? If it's Nabingi, we play it's Nabingi. And if it's funk music, we play it's that we play, you know what I mean? And if it's jazz, it's jazz we play. But everything have a natural root, and my root is always something earthy, you know what I mean? And it always have to be with African, like Afro sound.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back into the moniker, the Roots Percussionist, when we come back. But we're gonna give the listeners some more music. Johnny.
Yeah, man.
One of the favorites that we play in the den, John 9, that hardcore track. You worked on that as well.
That was a man track, a late night, done by Jim Cliff's Studio.
We're gonna get back into that.
Man.
Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. Johnny, let the listeners hear this hardcore track, and we're gonna come back and tell them a lot more about it. TGM Radio. That's that feeling you get when you get to the original point.
It's really that I should have played on the track. It's so me feel after me hear it. Just ear catch it, just should have played. I love it same thing.
Another leader in what they're calling. We don't like to use the term the reggae revival, but there is a revival in the reggae music at this time.
Within the people, because it's a long time there. It's a long time reggae music has been alive, not dead. It's been alive. I've been inspired in my time as a youth, by the Steve Marleys and the Damian Marley and the Richie Spice and even musicians,
See, let me stop you there for a minute, because that's exactly where I was about to go to. That's where I was about to go to. You mentioned the artists, but along with the artists, in the revival of the reggae sound, we're also getting a lot of fresh music, fresh bands coming forward.
Yeah.
I grew up personally loving the Revolutionaries. But now you point to today, and you have the Raging Fires.
Yes.
You have you can help me out, maybe give me a couple
You have
more names.
Pentatush, you have Earth Cry, you have 6 Points, you have Kabaka Pyramid and the Baby Rockers. Of course, you have Chronics and the Zinc Fence Redemption. You have
Indignation.
Indignation, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Protege and Indignation.
Exactly. We have a lot of artists that's also bringing music to the forefront and highlighting the musicians.
Yeah.
Artists are going on tours now and they're
Yeah,
bringing their bands with them. So with that being said, you are part of what they call the Zinc Fence Redemption Collective.
Yeah.
You were part of that band. How did your musical journey lead you up to that point where you will be able to come a part of Chronics, the lead member of the band collective?
Well, I was on my way out of college. At the time now, I was a percussionist now. And I was rolling with Raging Fire locally, you know, and I was also a part of a band where I first started to sing and play percussion. Denver D and the family, who that person Denver D now, his name is Feluke, right? Big up yourself. Yeah, you know. And then after that now, a little while in between that I was playing on a lot of shows and Chronic saw me playing on these shows. And I remember one time I was over school and I think I did see him and he was like, yo, I'm ready to play percussion, I'm a violent thing. And then I saw him another time at a rehearsal done by Tough Gang and I was playing this band and it's like, him say, yo, like him come to the rehearsal after the rehearsal finished. And he was like, yo, you don't want to jam some music with me? And I said, alright. And we jam music with him and before I left him was like, yo, I love how you play music. Like at the time he wasn't even out it, like young, them time they used to wear him backpack a lot. And he went under him glasses and him have on him tam, you know. But you see me a good youth, so you see me like jam music, you know what I mean? And I like me was no lead singer, but I love playing, you know, so whatever. Anyway, like about maybe a year after that, I went out with Sharon Anderson to play a drum set. And I got a call while being on tour saying that, yo, I have a percussion work for you, we're going to play with some artists and they go forward. I said, alright, when I come back. I said, alright. Came back, did the show. Chronics was a part of the lineup of artists that we were playing for. It was Chronics, Jesse Royal. I don't remember the other artist name, so crazy. Chronics and Jesse Royal. And him see me at the rehearsal and get excited and say, yo, that boy had the baddest percussionist and everything and very excitement time. And I said, yo, how go on? Them time that to me look like a different now, like him here really different. Anyway, we play and thing and after that show they look at me and say, yo, I put a man together, you know. I don't want you know, come forward, you know, take me number, I take him number. Unfortunately some months pass and we get robbed, you know. And I lose my phone, a lot of things happen, go over into the next year, you know, 2013, and you know, everything kind of just it kind of bubble out of my sphere, you know, but the thing with me, I always just I do music, you see what I said, just always I do it, so it's like, when we see everything happen on the TV, you know, the band coming together and you was there, I say, oh, Janu, maybe they try to link me, but you know. But we did still do music, still you know, play and play. Anyway, down the line, May 2013, there was a gig opening for Kelissa for percussion. She needed one for acoustic called Kingston Live, put on by the same percussion, right? And I went to the rehearsal, Star Jamar, that is now after I just come off a Starter Fire tour and everybody knows Starter Fire and Admiral and play some mashup. So I say, what go on Chronics? And I say, yo Hector, same excitement, everything like, nothing change when him see me, you see what I say?
Genuine.
Yeah, I say, yo, you're bad brother, yo, you see me? Even after the rehearsal. And then, you know, we do the show, and like me, everybody I work with, as a musician, like me, I come to and I say, yo, I was a Jai to play music, and I was going over to Kelly's to, you know, say, yo, Jai to work with you and play the music. Same thing to Chronics. And before I left, more than come on and I say, yo, you know, so I'm ready for you to come work with me, you know, brother. I come sing some harmony and sing and play more, I sing and play.
All right, let me stop you there for a minute. Because that's the first time in the interview that you mentioned you was a vocalist as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping. I'm on point. Okay, so now, apart from you being a percussionist, you're also a vocalist as well.
Yeah, that's my role in the band. Vocals and supporting vocals and percussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is within the Zing Fence.
Yeah, the Zing Fence. Yeah.
Okay, so now this is how you transition to being a part of the Zing Fence Redemption. Excuse me.
Zing.
Zing Fence Redemption. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna play one track that you actually do the vocals on as well. And then we're gonna come back to what you're doing with the band up to now, the tours. Chronics is doing a whole heap of tours right now. The experiences from the tours and whatnot. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio. The Chronology album is one of the better albums that we've heard out of the reggae genre, period, for this year. We know Chronics has been working on a tour along with the album, a lot of big performances, couple of prime time slots in New York. Jimmy, what is it? Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy Fallon. I'm saying the late night shows and stuff like that. So, what experiences have you had with Chronics being able to work with him on the new album and tour with him on the new album?
I mean, it's the first album that I've been so actively a part of. You know, I've worked with other people on albums, play a one song and play a one song. You know, but this was something that I was integrating my creativity. It was there in the studio. It was a 2-day thing. One of my first studio experience like that, you know. Yeah, studio in Brooklyn, you know. And you know, even on one of the songs I played an instrument that I hadn't played since college, which was a vibraphone. You know, yeah. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I did play from Black is Beautiful, but it's the vibraphone still, and it just started.
You see?
Yeah, one of them things there. This is play enough music.
So the sources was right.
Yeah, the source was right, and I was right.
Okay, so now you've had a chance to work on the album, playing different instruments, and you've had a chance to go out and perform the works as well. Tell us a little bit of what it's been.
That has been a real joy, because now every night I play the music that I create in the studio and seeing how the people feel it. You know what I mean? Like Skanking Sweet.
One of my favorites.
Skanking Sweet. Thinking cool. That thing when we play that the cover thing. Me and Chronics work it up. Because it's very integral in the music. You know, we are trying different pattern. You know what I'm saying? Don't want it feel like we're going for a reggae thing. You want it feel funky. You know? You want it feel like like a funk pattern. So where you and you say go again. One of them go and you say I eat that, come ready, tap. That was Skanking Sweet. Right? At the time I never knew Skanking Sweet because it was a man like this, he get like a rough thing. You hear the full music, but you hear the full of what it will become, you know what I mean? So that was one of the joys. Just Skanking Sweet every night. Every night he will come on the stage and he say, and we Skanking Sweet. And the drummer count off his alley for him. 1, 2, 3, boom. And every time you boom, you know it's my time. Just like in the studio. Boom, I was right there. Had to be. You know what I mean? So
let me stop you for a minute. Number one of the songs on the album, it featured his father. So it seems like it's a record that would be close to family.
Yeah.
We actually had his father Chronicle down here at the studio.
Yeah, man.
We did an interview with him. He told us a lot about the record. But again, being behind the scenes, working with the artists, coming up with the creation of the record, you just painted a beautiful picture explaining the Skank and Sweet record. What was it like seeing father and son come together to create a record and you being a part of it as well?
Alright. First time I hear the track, I said it's bad. Me have a whole new idea. I go for some wood block and some tambourine and thing. And I said, no man, I can't tell you I go play now. Can't tell you I play. Come round there, can't tell you. The same drummer. I tell you no lie. The same drummer before. Right? Because at the time, I did go Ethiopia get a different drum, it bursts. You know, and add this one at home, some tune to. Anyway, we did it. And here, you know, oh Lord! And tune go off and thing, and you know, say, you want something, you don't know, something like counters. Saying names like, and then we start. And we just have go, and it just come like a train, and we never stop. You know, that was big bad sound, you know what I mean? That was big bad sound. Some of the percussion was programmed still. You know, some of the little tie here, some little thing. You know. I tried to rehearsal one time still. As a roots percussionist, under my tutelage, I was taught how to play various instruments at the same time. As I said, the person I saw playing was doing that. So, I have to play that live sometime. If they don't start performing it in the rehearsal, you know. But that is how big band sound came about, you know what I mean? It was really kete drum, it centered on the kete, you know what I mean, around the whole bingy music.
Okay. Before we tune out,
yeah.
a little bit more personal with you, the artist. There's a question I should have asked you at the start of the interview, actually. But the moniker, the Roots Percussionist, how did that come about? And who gave you that moniker?
That came about in 2015. Now, this would have been like, no, third year, as a touring musician. I was here sitting in the room, I'm like, you know, it's not too about no ambition, but it's now about, yeah, live, what are you gonna leave, you know? What are you gonna leave? Man like Nambo Robinson, great musician, he left things. Earlish Rangley, Monty Alexander, you know what I mean? Man like them man there. Even Sticky, you know what I mean? Man like Larry McDonald, still alive, playing. So, as a musician, I feel like it's my duty because creative artists is not really for no people, really and truly. It's really no, when you contribute, this is what touring showed me, when you contribute to the universe, you play the music every night, and you bring a joy to people because people react to you, then that's my duty. Side, I creating musical waves and contributing to the joys of people, and contributing to humanity and also to the universe as a wider scope, you know what I mean? Every time I play, you know what I mean, people feel hopeful and thing. As a part of a unit too, not because I want to say something, don't mean I'm going to start playing in the band. He's not that musician, I tell you that.
Okay,
You know?
alright, and before we tune out, that's another thing I wanted to point out to the listeners. You're a part of the Zingfence Redemption.
Yeah.
But the music we've played so far, you played and you've been a part of Rage and Fire. You've worked with Jana, and I know she had the In the Yard band that works well.
Yeah,
so
man.
you have been able to work with other collectives as well.
Man.
So the Roots Percussionist, as an artist unto yourself, what can we look forward from you? Where can the listeners reach out to you on social media to see what you're doing? And basically, what's going on with you as a percussionist, as a musician yourself?
Right now, I'm an endorsed percussionist from a percussion company in Thailand called Tycoon Percussion. You know, I started a T-shirt merch initiative with the name Roots Percussionist and an image. You know, with myself in a hat and vest and you know what I mean, a kind of 70s rocker style. And I'm looking to do some music of my own, you know, following the same stead as the Ernest Rangley and the Number Robinson, and just put out some music, you know, some music that speak a more musician type of language, but not necessarily putting down, respect, yeah, not necessarily putting down the instrument to take up the microphone, but me and it tried in the same way, you see what I'm saying, kettle drum, all kind of drum, you know what I mean, jam, black, tambourine, you name it.
Do you work with artists who do spoken word as well?
Not all the time, not all the time, but I've done acoustic shows though.
Okay, what we try to do at times is we try to make suggestions, and the music that you do as well, I think it would go great with artists who are doing the spoken word as well. So
yeah, I'd be open to that. I've been asked by a poet once if she could record on the album, because I was telling her I was doing an album. She said she'd like to maybe say a poem on it. So, you know what I mean? I'm a musician that like to explore music to other than my own. You know, listen a lot to different music.
The Roots Percussionist.
Yeah, this is the shirt. Yeah, right. And
Yes.
the initiative was started by Mark Jordan. Big up yourself and the design is by Jeremy Ashley, a designer with Adidas, a custom designer with Adidas. So you know, it's a nice little vibe. It's representing musicians and music and kind of getting people involved. You know, when you wear one, you know, it's a reggae gears. You know, when you wear one, it's like you're a musician. You know, I had somebody put on one and took out some shakers out their pocket and started doing that. So, you know, that is a kind of vibration. And just remember inside I was here, you know, playing.
Now, if the listeners are seeing the visual right now, check us out on YouTube, powerreggae.com. But where can they reach out to get the merchandise and so forth?
Well, for right now, it's kind of more, you know, the direct message vibes. But, you know, the island can reach you on Instagram as roots_percussionist. That's roots_percussionist. On Facebook, Roots Percussionist, yeah. And on Twitter, @RootsLewis. You know, my YouTube page is Roots Percussionist as well. And I mean, you know what I mean, you can look out for the music, you know what I mean. And just look out for I&I, you know, just look out for I&I playing some more music.
PowerReggae.com. We feature the talent of the artist, and once again, we're gonna do it tonight with a different twist. The Roots Percussionist. Talent, the players of instruments, the strength.
Yeah, you know, I agree and do a little song where it did come to me after my mother passed. You know, it won't get a more musical thing in time, but you know, me have a little acoustic version one day.
Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com.
I bet growing up in life you never thought that she'd ever leave you. I bet you've always thought that she would be right there for you. I bet you've always thought that you would say your last goodbye. Bet you thought you could have come back and save her life. Singing about you, oh babe, mama, babe. Never told me you were going, never to return again. But now I understand that you had to go. So I'll stay here till we meet again. Oh, mama, babe. Oh, mama, babe. Yeah, that one there, mama, baby. We're gonna straight me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that song is not really a sad song. That song just saying that we understand. We understand.
All right. I want to give the listeners a little bit more. Johnny, you got a dub-wise rhythm that you can run for us and let the Roots Percussionist do what he does. So we
Anyone
can tune
in there,
out.
just drop it. Anything and a dub thing.
Before you start giving them the talent, anybody you want to give a shout out to, TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio.
Anybody I want to shout out
Yes,
to?
yes.
Alright, you don't know. We say shout out to the Mosai, Jah Rastafari at the time. We say shout out to Chronix and the Zinc Fence Redemption, the whole Chronix music, the whole Soul Circle family. To the Out There family, you know, to father in Jamaica, sister, you know what I mean, the whole family. To my little brother in Jamaica, Percussionist, Shaku, big up yourself, big brother. Yeah, and just to the whole of the people who listen to reggae music, just keep listening, keep knowing that which you know of the whole is reflecting now same way but in a new sound. And just, you know what I mean, love other music but no say reggae will always forever be, you know what I mean, both in musician and artist.
And one more thing. Johnny, the record that we played earlier that he wanted us to play back, that was, what was the name of that?
Selassie, actually.
Yeah man, we're doing
Selassie,
the end part there, so man.
Alright.
I've my part where I sing and play and
Okay. We're gonna play that back, I'm saying, after we done. We also got an entry from Earl Cry that I want you to play.
Philosophy, I wanna do. Philosophy or Wildfire, you know.
Okay, and then we're gonna tune out. We have more artists in the studio. You don't see us here. But now we're gonna get into the talents of the Roots Percussionist, Mr. Hector Bass.
Yeah, Roots Percussionist in the studio live. Dub over dub, percussion dub. Power Reggae, TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio. Stay tuned for much more.